So this is really what we want to talk about today, okay? Hopefully I've given you enough of a basis that you see the role for these pelvic floor exercises. And when we start, I suppose, talking about pelvic floor, how do we find our pelvic floor, we start by level 1. And level 1 is the very basis of every Kegel exercise you'll ever do. So if level 1 goes well, everything after that should be just a progression on. We need to get level 1 exercises that you feel comfortable doing them and you feel that they're effective before we start going on to kind of complex exercises. So this is finding the pelvic floor and being able to switch it on. For that, we need to find the correct muscles, and that's really important. So what muscles are we talking about here? We're talking about the muscles at the front of the body, okay? We're not talking about muscles around the back passage. It's much more important that you can lift the testicles and contract the muscles that shorten the penis for bladder problems, okay? If there are incontinence issues because of your bowel, then the muscles at the back passage become more important. But we're focusing on continence today, and for continence, it's the front muscles that are very important, okay? So the front muscles of your pelvic floor. So the correct muscles that we find, I've used some of the terminology already. I can't speak firsthand about this. I just know what patients have told me and what I've been taught, okay? Tighten, shorten the penis, lift the testicles. The sensation that you find if you're trying to stop yourself going to the toilet midstream. So if you suddenly try to cut off the stream of going to the toilet. Or another one that people have said is if you walked into the sea and it was freezing cold, that feeling that you get, that lift around your testicles, that's the contraction we're trying to get. And I say the 4 different ways, they're all doing the same thing, but one of them might speak to you more than another and might give you a better idea of what we're trying to get at here. Okay, so we're focusing on the muscles at the front. I'm going to go through how we start off activating some of these muscles, okay? So we're all sitting here at the moment. I'm going to encourage us now to sit as if we're starting an exercise. So can we put our legs on the floor, our feet on the floor? We feel our back is some support from the back of the chair, okay? And we're quite relaxed. We can leave our hands just gently on our legs, but our hands are not to help, okay? They're just resting. When we're here, what I'd encourage you to do is, they call it the belly flop, and it just means relax your tummy, okay? Sometimes you kind of want to do the exercise so much that all the effort goes into it from your tummy, and the actual pelvic floor muscles don't get a look in. So relax the tummy. Try and make sure it flops a little bit, okay? And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a breath in. And as we breathe out, try and do that lift, okay? So as if you're trying to stop the flow of urine midstream, okay? And we're trying to feel a lift around that part of the testicles, all right? How are we finding that? Okay so far? Okay, and then we relax. We're trying to hold that lift for 10 seconds. If you've had surgery and the pelvic floor hasn't done a lot of work up until this point, you might hold it for a second or 2 and then things might relax because it's fatiguing, okay? So we'll do the same thing again. We're going to make sure that we're in a comfy position, that we're not bracing our tummy and keeping our abs too tight. We're relaxed. We take a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to try and lift. Lift that part of the front passage or the testicles to hold, and then try and relax.